Come on. Come with me. Good Scamp. Well, here's the good side. Better be up on your tetanus shots. Do gooder. Yes. Yes. Well, that's a good slant 6 if I've ever heard one. What's that? It was seized 3 minutes ago and it hasn't run in 20 years? Get the ether. Okay. Okay, go. Christ, Jesus. Watch out for rat poop. Huh, well, maybe it needs more. I don't know what could be wrong with that. Why won't it run? It makes no sense. Don't lose the wing nut.
I know. It's the original one.
How's that possible? Oh, you want the thing. Yep. No. I think it needs more. All right, hold on. 10-year-old can of ether's empty, but I got plan B. Damn you! I guess this stuff is no good for that. Sure. Yes. Come on. Damn you! Well, I filled the bowl. It came right back out. Come on now. Oh no. No, we don't have enough poop. Chooch, whichever. No. Man, I'm cold. So's this thing. Ugh. The hunk of scrap metal stuck on my trailer right now is a 1973 Plymouth Scamp. Basically, a demon, but backward. As often happened at Chrysler Corporation, in 1970, Plymouth came up with something cool, the Duster. Then the Dodge department went and complained to Chrysler and said, we want that car too. And they got it. They sold it as the Demon. Kinda neat. More on those later. Plymouth, however, in exchange, got the Dodge Dart body. The two-door Valiant model was discontinued after 1969, leaving a hole in their lineup. This is the spiritual successor. But really, it's just a Dodge Dart, with Plymouth Valiant and Duster front sheet metal. And it's called the Scamp. So cute. Unlike the Demon, and even the 1970s Swinger, this car never had sporting pretensions. They came as a slant 6 or a 318. Guess which one this is? Yeah, this is a little beyond textbook Washington A-body quarter rust. In fact, this car is a textbook example of what happens when you park one of these between the ocean and a harbor on a thin spit of land underneath a tree. Seriously, if someone tells me that I just need to fix this one, yeah. I really don't like cutting up cars. And if they're at all savable, by any stretch of the imagination, I won't. But this thing, it's a little past that. I don't think there's one savable piece of sheet metal on this car, which is unfortunate. My neighbor actually needs this fender in this color, but yeah, she won't want this one. The hood looks really good, but it's a trick. That's latched. But look at this. The dash is nice. Other than a couple of rips on the side there, the seat's really nice. The back seat's perfect. Okay, actually the trunk lid might be savable. Though a new model for 1971, the Scamp got the 1970 single taillight bumper from the Dart Swinger, while the 71 Dart got dual taillights on each side. This is my favorite. I absolutely love the 70 Swinger, and when I saw this bumper, I got very excited, because it looks to be in good shape. Yep, that's a trick too, and I put my palm through it after I got it loaded. I guess there's a leak. Actually, this thing still has a trunk floor somehow. Maybe that's worth saving. I was about to say the frame rails are good too, but that's only because I hadn't noticed this yet. We've got 3 out of 4 UFO caps. It actually has the factory trunk mat still, although it's kind of damaged. And every piece of trim that's missing is in there. Even the center button for the steering wheel's in there. Kind of cool. Guess I just found marker lights for the toolbox charger. Neat. The gentleman I acquired this car from said he owned it for 30 years. Unfortunately, for the last 20 of them, it was parked in Ocean Shores, Washington, which is just a bad idea. I hope I'm up on my shots. Yeah. My brother used to deliver newspapers in Ocean Shores and saw this car every day. He says 8 years ago, it was in much better shape. He even has pictures. The vinyl top was still complete, and you couldn't see through the tops of the quarters yet. Should have gone and knocked on his door 8 years ago, I guess. And in here, it's exactly what you'd expect. A Slant 6 with a rat's nest on it. Kind of neat though, this is a California emissions car. It's got an air pump. I've read about those in catalogs, I've never seen one on a Slant. That's right, she's a runner. The engine was lightly seized, but I managed to unstick it by hand in about 30 seconds last night. Then we went ahead and jammed that in the starter relay and cranked right over, so we dumped some ether down it, and it actually hit on one cylinder. I think I mentioned this in the charging system video, or maybe the ignition video, or maybe not at all, but one of the telltale signs of a failing module is the wax potting melting out of the back. So this one was clearly bad 20 years ago. That might even be why the car was parked. It still tried to fire though. I did empty my decade-old can of starting fluid. That was a little disappointing. I have every bit of faith that with a fresh ignition module and some gas dumped down the hole, this thing would be a runner. I wonder if I have any ignition modules. Parts. Oh yeah, somewhat miraculously, all of the wheels spun freely and the winch dragged it right up on the trailer. I just can't even believe it. You know, old Mopars never die. They just get seasoned. But Jamie, don't you have other things to be working on? Yeah, so many. You know, in 1814, we took a little trip, along with Colonel Jackson, down the mighty Mississippi. This is all my brother's fault. I would have started if he hadn't knocked that off. Could it be? Well, it has to be. Oh, yeah. Well, that's gonna work. Yeah. That one's seen some stuff. You know, I understand the rust on this car. I mean, it's a rather predictable outcome. Park a car near the ocean for 20 years, this is what you're gonna get. What I don't understand, stuff like this. Not only did the bolts and the screw come out, they went right back in. Why is the engine not seized? Why did the doors open? Why is the trunk still latched? I don't know. Fill up the gas tank real quick. Perfect. Grab the old mobile battery. I don't know if you can hear this over my dying jump box, but that's a test spark. Okay, be good now. Now they make it look so much easier on TV. Oh, come on. Yes. Oh, what was that? Maybe I should move the rat's nest. You know, the world is full of BS and tall tales. The car world especially. But I personally choose to believe every crazy slant stick story I've ever heard. Because, well, just look at it. This runs. It was seized last night. The choke works, and the throttle is not rusted solid. 20 years, and the throttle still moves. Oh yeah. Semi-expert level aim. Go for gold. Oh, come on. I figured out the noise too. It's the battery tray. You know, the battery was actually in position when I left Ocean Shores, so yeah, it's gotten a little worse. Oh, and somebody just had to pick at the scab. There was no hole here before last night. You know what? I'd say this warrants an electric fuel pump and dragging out the gas can. Oh. Whoopsie. Idle circuits are clogged. It's junk. Let's scrap it. Look at that. Today on Dead Dodge Garage, we drive a rusted hunk of crap off the trailer. The tornado, I'm awful. If you ever wondered why I love Chrysler products, this is why. I'm a new daily driver. Strangely, it won't idle. Also, well, the remains of the rat's nest are trying to be a fire. I haven't put it in neutral yet to pump up the fluid in the trans, but I don't think it even leaks. Man, I'd hate to have my treasure burned to the ground. Can't really take credit for these things being awesome. Am I about to drive this hunk of crap off the trailer? Yes. Yes, I am. Oh no! Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Oh no!
questions?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Self-fixing.
I see. Gotta be in the right spot. Oh, it is working.
Oh, that fixed itself too.
It's not actually coming out.
Well, the cable's broken. Self-fixing Chrysler.
You gotta face it. You wanna take the brake panel?
Hey, watch the truck! Watch the truck!
I killed it.
What? Convertible, no. Ute, maybe?
It's fine.
I guess I won't be using the running lights. It's restored.
It's uh-oh.
Is it on fire?
No, you put the radiator into the fence.
I don't know what you did, but I think you set it on fire.
Whoopsie!
The whole car.
You know, if the brakes worked a little better, I wouldn't have sent it into a fence. Well, there goes that radiator. All right, I sent it a little too hard. Yeah, it was fun while it lasted. Only ruined a perfectly good, irreplaceable copper brass radiator. It's fine, it's fine. You know, with some serious structural reinforcement, this thing could make a pretty good ute. I'm probably never gonna do that. But it would be fun. That's probably it for this old Scamp. Anybody want to buy a Slant 6? Does burnouts on at least 5 cylinders. Slightly bent cooling fan. 2 slant 6s in 2 days? I like that average. Well, you don't have to rub it in.